All right, 2009 Chevy Malibu steering column disassembly. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take this all the way back to the L low. That's going to help us get this paneling off, which is going to help us reach a bolt under here to take this undercarriage off. So first, put stoppers on your wheels, or put something behind your car wheel. What's the correct word? I forget what the correct word is. But first, we're going to turn it on to on position. And so then we can shift it back all the way down to low. And now, get the fun part of peeling this off. Thought I turned it off. There we go. There it pops. There it pops. And then we're gonna rotate it. Maybe rotate it. Possibly rotate it. We'll get it eventually. There we go. So now we have access to down here, and there's bolts down here. We got 1 bolt that's missing, 2 bolt, 3 bolt, and 4 bolt. But we only need to get to these 2 bolts on the side here, and that's gonna free up some stuff. As you can see, I've already taken this apart and destroyed it, which is fabulous. All right, so now we can technically the 7mm. And so there's 2 right here, one where I'm pointing at that's missing, and another up top. So I'm not holding brake or anything, but since the car is in gear, it would roll. All right. Well, there's supposed to be 2 of these, but I lost one in the car somewhere. So there's supposed to be 2 bolts right there. Now, if I remember correctly, this pops up over this little plus thingy right here. And that's broken, as you can see. Broken a lot. So be careful. Be very careful in doing this. And it should just pop off, if I remember correctly. Am I missing something? I don't know if I'm missing something. Is that park? I don't know if that's parked. Let's see if I can get this panel off. Okay, let me get a better shot at this. Okay. What we want is this panel to pop right off. There's a lot of sun. Oh, we can just grab here. Grab up and pull down. And there's that side panel. Off. Nice. So then we want to take this one off. That's what I was missing. Need to take that off first. Where did I put it? There I put it. Right. Huh. Okay, there's that one out. So now, pointless, whatever, just cut it out. All right, so now there's a panel right here. There's a lot of sun coming in. Let me see if I can, no, I'm not gonna be able to block it with the shade. All right, there's a panel right here that just pops right off. There we go. And so now there's bolts. We got one bolt right here. And we got another bolt up here we need to take off. Little pains. There's one. And right here is number 2. Can't tell if it's in focus or if it's just bright. Okay, so now there's a wiring harness attached to it that we need to take off. Where did I put the flathead? There's the flathead. I don't know I have that tool. That's not apparent. Alright, so that's undone. And we should just be able to pull. Got some wiring harness for the lights. I forget, I am missing bolts down there. Okay, but before we do that, I'm gonna put these back where we pulled them out of, so I don't forget where they go. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Pull this one down. So we don't forget where they go. Handy, right? Handy, super handy. Okay, take this off. Now going down here, there's 2 bolts. That one and that one. Now first we're gonna take off this one. There we go. Now there's this plate. Just come right off. There we go. That plate. Let's put it over there. I'm gonna put these. So that's also holding that on. So take these, move them down, and we should hopefully be able to just pull this off. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I need to take this hard wiring. You might have more or less wiring in case, if there's like, because these are fake buttons. Those could actually be buttons on your car, depending on what type of versions you got. All right, take that wire off. There we go. We gotta take the super bright. Oh, that's why. All right, so we gotta shift it back. All right, I'm gonna put the key in. Oh, I am not in 0.5. 0.5. All right, I'm gonna put the key back in, and it's gonna beep at me. It's gonna go beep, 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 beep. Turn it on because the door is open. I'm gonna shift it all the way back. So now I can pull this over. I can pull this one over it also, and down a little bit. There we go. Oh, and I broke that. That's fun. Now I gotta do some dangling without breaking more stuff. Do some flipping stuff. Some weird. I should have done that OBD port. I'll do it after. There we go. Put this back on. Right there. So now you got this plastic kick plate. Okay. let me get that OBD port. I don't even know if I'm saying the right thing. So these clips should just clip right off with some force. I think. I can't see that well. Kind of got a camera in my face. Which way did this go? I really cannot see that well. So take the OBD port off first. Oh, right, there's these clips. Is it just a squeeze in? I can't remember. I cannot remember. And come on, there you go. There you're popping. And that's one. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing for the other side to get the other blue one out. I think this one pops off easier. Okay, got the other blue tab off. So now it should just be able to slide or pop down, maybe. Yeah, let me pull this up here. Oh, these tabs. Let me get this tab off. Okay, I'm gonna need the flathead. God, I need the flathead. There we go. That just pops right off. Now you have a full under console carriage. Toss it over there. Toss it over there. Now we got this metal one. So we got 1, 2, and 3, 4 bolts. Those are, I don't think they're 7mm. I think they're bigger. I forget what type they are. Oh, I take it back. They are 7mm. Alright, now just pull off that metal kick plate. I'm going to screw these back in a little bit so I remember where they go. All right, and now, so we could have done this, I'm gonna probably, at the beginning, so there's 3 holes right here, and there's bolts inside of there. I don't remember, because you have to press it all the way, and then you can get at the bolt, but very barely. All right, now we got these 3. They're gonna move the metal kick plate over there. Got my bolts. Oh, I need to remember this. This goes with the OBD. ODB, OBD. I don't know. There it is. There it is. There's the other one. All right, now I'm gonna go back into the car. Wait. Okay. So now, I'll put these to the side. This panel is, or this thing is 2 pieces. I don't know if that helps anything. I'm gonna put that down, take the top piece off, and then just pop the bottom piece off and flip it around here. Maybe, possibly, who knows? Man, why is this tricky? Should not be this tricky. There we go. That is off. Oops, sorry. Gotta lock that back up. So now, let's say if you just wanted to replace your blinker assembly, you go back here. There's a blue tab holding that one in, and then there's this another white connector. So I'm gonna take that connector off from right here. Perfect. Okay. So now disconnecting the battery, you got one push in right here, you got another push in Where's it at? There it is. All the way down here. Push those two in, and you pull it up. You got your battery. Now we're gonna go disconnect the negative first. Make sure we don't touch anything else. You know what? No, I don't have an extension. I should have an extension. Alright, now let's see if I can pull it off. Okay, let me push it back to not stuck in the plastic. There we go. There's one. Okay. Chill. There we go. Move that away from electrical. Put it right there. Put it right there. Now we can do the red one. Now we're safe to do electrical work on here. So if you want it, so there's a fuse box right here. Let me pop it out. It's two sides. So you got your 80 amp fuse right here, which does go for powered steering. So if your powered steering isn't working and you don't want to do anything to the car first, you can test the continuity, put the pins on there, and if it beeps, I don't know if that's I forget what it was. I should have brought it down here, but check that guy, make sure it's not blown. And then there's one on the and then there's a panel on the passenger side. There we go. Should pop that down maybe. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back up. All right, so if you just wanted to replace your indicator or the wiper, I believe it's the same on both sides. You take out this one, and you take out the blue tab, which is a little difficult to take out, which is what is a good thing. It's supposed to be difficult to take out. Oh, right. Oh, I forgot. Maybe we just take it off. So I gotta. Where I'll just show how to take off the actual unit. So you go under here, right in there, and you go under here, right in there, and you push in and you pull out. Oh, there we go. There you go. One indicator control module. Okay, so yeah, there's one little clip right there and another clip on the side that you need to take off in order to take that off. I wonder if you could just take that one off and then it just comes off. So if you just want to, if you need to replace your indicator, that just pops right off like that. I'm just gonna pop it back in because I already replaced it. That in. I'm gonna put this plug in. Okay. So now we get the fun part. lots of fun parts. Okay. So we can take off the hood release latch, which you probably should, because then it'll make it a lot easier to take stuff off. It's off my head. So now there's bolts. So if I'm going underneath and looking up, I don't know how there's still sunlight. There's a bolt on this side, a silver bolt. Can't really see it because of that. And there's a silver bolt on this side. Those 2 bolts hold this section on. See those bolts a lot better currently lying down. Okay, so we got this silver bolt and we got this silver bolt. Taking those off takes off the steering section, and right here is where it connects. And to take the actual powered steering off, there's a bolt, 1 bolt that runs all the way through. As you can see, there's the exit. Undo that bolt, but you should do that one first. But there is wiring right here that you need to take off that goes into the motor. Why is this upside down? I can just flip it. Oh, that's the woody. Well, here's your latch. And as you can see, it's gonna hit right here if you don't take it off. So there's blue, blue, and blue you need to pop off. And then you can get these 3 out. You need to pull that all the way off. And then there's bolts holding it on, if I remember correctly where they are. Forget where they are. Is there bolts holding this on? Alright, so what I'm going to do is alright, now we got 3. We got this one. Put my arm back here so it's easier to grab. 1. Cannot get down for some reason. And so this clip's supposed to go all the way, but I broke it. You gotta be careful about not breaking stuff, because this stuff's just easily broken plastic. Alright, let me just get... Oh, okay. So we need to take off these 3. I believe on... Oh, there it is. This clip pops up and out, and this one goes down and out. And so those are the 3 connectors for the power steering motor. Now we just tuck those out of the way. So now I'm going to take out, where is it? Can't see it right here. Oh, there, you can't really see it unless I go back all the way. That really long one. So there's the end point to the long one. And then there's the upper part of the long one. You need to take this long bolt out. I'm gonna do that. All right, so we got this long bolt that we need to take off. If I can reach it. So it's a 13 millimeter. Pop that on. There we go, and it fell. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it in there for now. And next, so that's technically loose. Next, I need to take off this black bolt that's holding on the powered steering end shaft that goes out of the car to the wheels. So you need to take off this bolt. I don't know what it is. Okay, that's disconnected. There isn't stuff. Okay, I'm going to pull this guy out. I'm going to push it up a little bit so I can pull it out. Okay, now there's nothing holding the powered steering section onto the car. So this whole section, plus the power motor, all the way in, there's nothing holding it. Now, the only things holding this whole thing up are these 2 bolts. So we got 1 bolt over here, and we got another bolt right here. I'm gonna do that when I get up. All right, 13 millimeter. Where is it? There it is. All right. I had to grab a socket with an extension. Let me see if I can't see it though. If it's in camera. Oh god, this goddamn sun in the pain. Whatever. Oh, that's a good camera spot. There we go. One. And get the other. Line you up so you can see. Right there. Oh, you're not in 0.5. Get more of a view with 0.5. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna actually separate this and do it by hand because it is loose enough. Or not. Never mind. Throw it back up so I get fresh on. Alright, I'm going to hold the steering wheel up. This is the last bolt that's holding everything on. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Pause on this shit. I probably should have said this before, but make sure your wheels are perfectly straight. Because when, oh shit. Because when you take this off, you want to make sure you don't do anything weird with it. Okay, so now, all right, so once all the wires are off, I took this off, you can just pick it up and pull it out and not get caught on the wires. Now, you have an entire steering console. So this part is your powered steering. You got the motor, and you got inside here, or this is the cord, I believe, is for the, let me get the words, the torque sensor. In here is where the torque sensor is. So you can either disassemble another Chevy Malibu and take this whole assembly, or this is a squeeze thingy. You squeeze it, pop it off, pop other stuff off, and then you take off the torque sensor and stuff like that. But right now, this is actually holding on by nothing other than just pressure force. You could just pull this off. I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to put it back on. I don't want to do anything. So whenever I'll probably make a difference. That's how you take off the whole steering assembly. So yeah, now I'm going to put it all back together. Put it all back together. I'm gonna start by putting in, okay, nice. Put this, take it, and push it in, there we go. Push it in, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna grab these 2 bolts. Okay, let me just pop this wiring harness up here. If I can get it out of the way. I don't know if I can get it out of the way. I can get it out of the way. Okay, there it is. So, there are multiple ways to start putting this back together. No, those ones are for the other thing. Crap, where's all the parts at? Where's my mind? Hold on. Alright. Yeah. Putting this back together. This is where the end point for this goes in. And so there's a flat part and there's a rounded part. Oh no, yeah. So the flat part, oh no, there's two flat parts, a rounded part. I'll show it on the other one. And then there's like a slot for where the bolt goes in. So you need to put the two flat parts. I'm probably just gonna put it in. Okay. Let's see if I can get. So back here, I've got it somewhat in, not really. So if you're doing this by yourself, so I can't really show you the slot. I'll show you on the other one. If you're doing this by yourself, pull your seat all the way back, put it up like this, and then you're going to push in. What the fuck? You're going to push in, push in and up. Maybe. Okay, so I got the two bolts on there. Can't really see it unless I get out. So basically, what I did was I pushed it up into the thing, I forget what type of joint that is called. And then I pulled it up, and then I got the wrench, and I wrenched them down. Right there. And right there. So now these two are connected, and it's inside that. So now I need to put the long one and the black one. Okay, so there's two black things on either side that'll help you line up where the long one goes. Let me grab the long one. Okay, so I'm going to push it this way. Oh, there we go. All the way in. So let me grab. Let me flip this. Okay, give it a little cranky crank. Okay, so now we gotta put in the black one. So we gotta change out the tool, and I gotta find it. I don't know where I put it. There I did. So now the black one is a 11 millimeter head. Alright, gotta plug back in this guy. So plug in the big one. If I can get the big one to plug in. Move that black one out of the way. There we go, big one. In you go. Let's get this white one. Or let's do the black one. Black one is next to this white, this big one. And now, so this guy is there we go, that one's in. Oops, shit, dropped it. Not that one. Yeah, it's gotta be this big one. Yeah, because it goes right there. those are in. So we got the big black one, black bolt, and then we got the long one, and then we got these two, 1 and 2, holding it in. Okay, let's put the kick plate back on. It's gonna be possible for me to film this. Almost impossible. Okay. I'm happy. Where'd you go? Got the 7mm. Okay, metal kick plate on. Now, time for the big one. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of fitting. Okay. So I gotta get this under, and I gotta get it past it. Okay, I gotta do this all fucking. Okay, I got it on. Now I'm gonna reconnect this one wire to this knob. That's in. I'm gonna just push this up in. Oh wait, no, we gotta take off those. Okay, so we gotta go back over here to this side. We have to take off this one. Top one, and we gotta take off this bottom one right there. There we go. Now I can push it up and over the holes, and then you screw her in. Maybe. If I can get it to align properly. Let me get this guy. Okay, let me grab the other one. Okay, and then I plugged in that piece. And now, how do I do this? So you got 2 up here, and you got this one right there with those 3. You gotta just line it up properly. And then slam it in. Oh, maybe I go under. Yeah, I gotta go under, and then there we go. There we go. And last one, but not least. There we go. Now we got that side panel on. We got this panel on. We are going to next put the this panel on. It goes under. Oh, first I'm gonna put the port back on. Port back on. Now I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put it inside and push up. So I got the bottom one on. Now I'm going to put this on. This is a side panel, and it should just clip right in. Actually, there's 2 hooks right here, so you got to put those in first. Let me line it up. I cannot. There we go. Those are in. and give it a nice slam. Go in. Maybe. All right, put that side panel on. Now let's, okay, which, are these all the same screws? No, this one's different. Okay, let me put this screw back in, this one screw that I have. There we go. Rotate it. And there should be 2 screws, but I lost a screw to the abyss, so only got 1. Oh, shoot. There we go. And there we go. Okay, now let's drop this so I can see better. Going to get up a little bit. So now I have these 2 pieces right here for the shell of the, actually, I'm gonna open my door back up. For this shell, I'm gonna make sure all the wiring's back in, nice and plugged in. Not going nowhere. Okay, so the one with the holes goes to the bottom. The small one's the top. First. Okay. First you gotta get this into this hole. The adjustment lever. You get the adjustment lever into its little hole. There we go. Then you push up in, and then it cups around the 2 things. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the top one on. Yeah, I'll just put it down. And they fit like puzzle pieces. Very difficult puzzle pieces. I don't know why this one doesn't want to go up. You don't really see much. Why? 1, 2, 3. All right. Then, when you have the shell mostly together, you can put the screws back in. You got the one down here. All right, that's done. Okay, everything is back together. We're in park. I'm gonna grab the old one. And so the part where I was talking about where it's 2 flats and then the bolt. So the bolt goes right there and you get your flats. So you gotta make sure you get this aligned properly. Oops, shit, did not mean to do that. And yeah. So you can take a, I don't know what kind of wrench it is. So you squeeze these in, pull it out. Pretty sure this is the wire for the torque sensor. So if the torque sensor is out, you can replace it, but you might, I don't know if it's easier to just replace this It might have been easier. I don't know. Well, I just replaced this whole part. The motor, the ESC, the torque sensor, and this shaft. So mine worked flawlessly. It didn't have any error codes after I put it in. But you might have to replace this ESC onto the new one so it recognizes it, because it goes by, I don't know why, but it goes certain ones. All right. And another thing to check is there's a fuse panel down here. And one of these over here is for the power steering. It is, let me see, HVAC, radio. Not really. Gotta move. You get your whole diagram right here so you know where everything is. Let me pull it up. Have any steering. Let me put that back on. So yeah, that is how I replaced the power steering on my 2009 Chevy Malibu. So I took mine apart, and then I went to a junkyard, and then I took another one apart. Let me lower this. I'm not going to be driving like this because this would be very dumb to drive like this. There we go. Service airbag. Probably should do that, and there is no error codes, which is good. When you disconnect your battery, it's going to reset the clock and all your presets. Just keep that in mind. But now, power steering. It's not a perfect replacement because left is easier than right, but only slightly. But I got power steering. So yeah, that's how you take apart the steering column. Subscribe.